Name's Aryn, and coming up from Tucson, Arizona. I started looking into all on fours, but I was hearing some horror stories about that, and went to one dentist in Tucson, and he suggested the 3-on-6. So me and my girl went on the website for the 3-on-6 and ended up finding you guys, and honestly just being able to smile with, to my clients and eat properly, just years and years living off of soda and cigarettes pretty much destroyed my teeth, and it's kind of hard to smile when you got a bunch of holes in your smile, so time to do something about it.
So this is a case for Aryn, who's actually in the chair now. He came to us from Tucson, and he really wanted something unusual. So he's a fellow who makes prosthetic vampire teeth for various customers and reasons, including, I think, filming. But anyhow, what he really wanted was he wanted his teeth to resemble vampire teeth, which was an interesting thing to do because in a movie, for example, the actor takes their teeth off in between scenes and goes and has lunch. But in his case, he wanted them in his mouth all the time, right? Those are the teeth he wanted to present. So we had to come up with a way to develop vampire teeth that would still allow him to eat a sandwich and a cheeseburger. So it was a very interesting design process with the virtual articulator and the design team in Utah. Hey, Aryn, you ready for all this nonsense?
I saw the picture.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Cool, I'm excited about it. So
I
want to post
I don't
it
know if I
online.
would be able to eat or
We'll find
chew,
out. The reality is it can always be adjusted, right? So later on, but I'm glad you decided to get the 4-on-8 because it's later, if you ever change your mind, it's far easier to change them over. But in any case, they look good, so I'm really happy about it.
It's a cool design.
Yeah, we brought everything.
Like I said, I just want to be able to live life and eat and chew.
You should be able to. So, but you'll be the judge once you get them in. Okay. And remember, we can always adjust it. So what questions do you have for me?
Honestly, not a whole lot.
I think everyone's excited to do this. It's going to be cool. Yeah. So I can't wait for you to wake up and see it. Of course, you probably won't have any good memories of it until probably tomorrow. You're in good hands. We're going to get you started in a few minutes, and you're going to take a nap, and then we're going to get to work.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Just focus on your breathing. Really fill up those lungs for me. This is about that time where they say you can count back from 10 if you'd like.
A lot of people think of vampire teeth as having long canines. I mean, that's sort of the common thing that we all imagine when someone has teeth like a vampire. But in reality, when you look at various movies and graphic novels, which I did in preparation for this, frequently the lateral incisors are elongated, the canines are elongated, and the premolars are elongated. So when we look at these teeth, he's got essentially 3 teeth that are canine shaped right in a row on each side. Because he agreed to do the 4-on-8, now we've got the opportunity to bring the bridges further back, right? We're not making long bridges from canine, back to molar. The bridges are shorter. So in that case, because we're making shorter bridges, essentially, we can shift them back. So in part of the planning, what we did is we put in pterygomaxillary implants all the way in the back so that when he's done, because it's a 4-on-8, he can literally have 14 full-size teeth, right? Just like a 12-year-old or a 20-year-old has, right? Once you take your wisdom teeth out, you've got 14 teeth left. And because we put these implants so far back, he'll be able to do that. So this is a representation of the surgery that we actually did on him and almost exactly where the implants were placed. It's really a pretty design. I enjoyed doing it, and I can't wait to see it in his mouth. I think it's gonna be really interesting. I'm really excited for him to wake up and see it for himself, because this is what he wanted after all, and I think this is beyond what he was picturing.
Yeah.
So this is closer to what you want to see. You want to see them.
Yeah, something more. I mean, I like the third one, but I like the bigger with the little.
Smell big. Well, that's easy to do. The good thing is we made them larger.
Right.
We can take away.
Right.
We can't add to it.
Obviously.
Bite together. How does your bite feel?
I was telling her when I bite straight down, right now the only contact between the uppers and lowers is
Yeah, we'll fix
this
that.
last molar touching the back molar here,
Mhm.
but none of the other teeth touch.
Open. Okay, you only have one back tooth on this side.
And
so
if I shift my jaw just to the right,
it hits.
this molar will touch over here,
Okay.
but the fronts don't touch at all.
We don't want the fronts. to
Okay,
touch. So
okay,
in a
okay.
normal human bite, your front teeth are this way.
Right.
The back teeth have stopped it from going any further.
Gotcha.
Right? So a person wants to bite, a man wants to bite into a sandwich. Your jaw goes down, forward, and you shear the sandwich off. So what you're used to is, because of the nature of how the teeth have been lost over time,
Right.
you're used to all your front teeth hitting because that's how you chew.
That's always chewing.
right?
Yeah, I'd
But what-
try to chew on the right,
Of course.
just because that's where I had more molars
you
to
can.
work with.
Yeah. So what we do is we cut the back teeth down, right? File them down until all the teeth hit.
Right.
Right, and then you'd hit the way you want to.
Front.
What's amazing to me is how good this looks. Like how good it looks.
Yeah.
So when
they just seem really big. They don't. It feels like they don't fit my. I know I'm trying to get used to them, but just
Well, you
living
don't
in
have
these
to.
for so long.
Give me a smile. So that's, believe it or not, so barring the fact that these teeth have uncommon anatomy, right? It's not normal human anatomy to have fangs like that.
Right.
However, that aside, what we're looking for in a person is when they smile, their upper teeth show completely and they come to the lower lip.
Right. Yeah.
What I intend to do right off the bat is shorten this one to this length, right,
Okay.
to start with. Now, remember that just keep in mind, to make it such that with teeth that are longer than they ought to be,
Right.
right? When you go to eat a sandwich with your prosthetic, take the prosthetic out, set it aside, and eat your sandwich.
usually what I
Then you
do,
go
yeah.
back to whatever you're doing, snap them back in and drive on.
Right.
Actors would do the same thing in a movie set. The prop guys or the makeup team would come over, remove the prosthetic, right? Let them go have a sandwich. Yours are in all the time, right? So you need to be able to wear them and eat a sandwich.
Right. And that's why I didn't want them really long and like Hollywood style.
No, we'll
like,
change them.
Yeah.
But the point is however we do them, right? They're still going to be longer than they ought to be.
Of course.
Right? So we have to make it such that you can still wear them
Yep.
and eat a sandwich,
Right.
And not bite your lip, not bite, your upper or lower lip. Be able to smile without cutting, hurting your lip and everything else. There's a lot of thought goes into it. All right, first what we're going to do is tighten this up because it will have gotten loose from yesterday. Your surgery is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you the CT so you can see what I did. So yesterday when we torqued them, right, you were a bit swollen, you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So now today the swelling's come down. So look at your front two teeth now.
Okay.
Right? So we can go further than this, right? I just want you to kind of look at this as I progress. So what I intend to do now is these two, bring them up slightly, and then bring them to finer points,
Okay.
right? So you've got to make a natural transition between here and here somehow. Hang on, I want to take him to see the surgery.
Yeah, they look a lot better.
That better?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's a beautiful surgery. It's beautiful. So we know this is well supported. This will last a lifetime. Right? That's from this.
That was what I was telling her. I thought the 4-on-8 was a better deal just because the more implants, the stronger the bond.
For sure. Once you get to 4-on-8, you really can't get any more value than that. A person could spend more money. You could put 12 implants in, and I have, right, when somebody wants that. But there's not much more value in it, right? So there just isn't. Once you've got, if a person has 14 teeth and we have 8, or in your case 9 implants, we got 1.4, 1.5 teeth per implant. That's way underloaded, right? When you do a 3-on-6 and you do 12 teeth, right, you got 2 teeth per implant, right? And that's reasonable.
Right.
Where in all on 4, you're doing 10 teeth on 4 implants, it's overloaded. Yeah. Right? 2 teeth per implant is usually the max where we like to be. Right?
So cool looking.
Oh, it is. It's amazing,
So
right?
cool.
This is cool, right? And I really enjoyed doing this for him, but this is where everything lives, right? This is what makes it all work, right? And like I said, in the future, you want to have 2 sets of teeth, right? You can have another set produced, right? And then at will, unscrew these 2 separate bridges here and here, take them out, set them aside, put the other ones in. But these 6 teeth can be changed out at will, 2 separate bridges, right? 4 screws. These 2, take it out, put the other one in. These 2, take it out, put the other one in. Right? And you can do that as you please.
Right.
There's no harm in it.